Hello there, Internet. Thank you so much for joining me in this shoulder chest workout that I did a few days ago. So this workout was just an entire workout of supersets. So I'm excited to share this one with you. So what I decided to do here, as you can see, I started with just my regular Viking press. And then what I did was I immediately switched over to doing it the version of like behind the neck press, so to speak. So I turned around and did it the other way. This was super awesome and as well very humbling because once I turned it around and did it the other way, I could hardly do any reps. But I mean, just overall a really awesome way to just take the press itself to failure that way. So I really enjoyed it. So I think, yeah, so as you can see here, now I'm about to turn around and do it the other way. What I did so I did 2 rounds of this, but what I did was I switched what I started with the next time. So for this next set, after this one, I started with this version and then turned around and did the Viking press. And it was, you know what, I thought that doing it that way would be the easier way because I thought this was the harder movement, but then it turned out the other way was the harder movement. So I actually got fewer reps when I did the other Viking press way the next time around. So I didn't expect that, but whatever. So what else did I do after this? Sorry, this workout was a few days old. I did then lying dumbbell bench with like cable chest fly. Then so that was also a really great superset. And then I did rear delt cable fly supersetted with 1 arm dumbbell press, and I also then supersetted, but very subtly, can't really tell, is I supersetted regular lateral raises and then went right into 10 and 2 raises, with just having them not necessarily like a front raise, but in between a lateral raise and a front raise. So did that superset because they feel a little bit easier than standard lateral raises, and that kind of finished it off, and as well with just some cable tricep at the end, supersetted with overhead dumbbell tricep extension, not pictured here. So yeah, this was actually really fun. It was like a ton of volume, but in less than 50 minutes. So pretty much exactly what I wanted, and it felt super hard, and it was just overall a really rewarding experience. So I definitely had fun with this. Hold on a sec. There was something I was going to say, but I forget. 1 second. Oh yeah, I was going to just give a gentle reminder, or if you weren't aware, I'm going to plan to do a Q&A video in the next couple of weeks. So I made a community post, so you can post any questions, any burning questions that you have. You can either post them under this video or any other video, or under the post I made in the community section, just announcing that I was going to do a Q&A video. So whatever questions you might have that come to mind, feel free to ask away, and then I will address them in an upcoming video. And I thought I would kind of just do it like not necessarily as a voiceover for a workout video, but as kind of like a vlog, and just throughout the daily vlog I would take a moment to bring up one of your questions and then answer it, like face to face. So I thought that would just be like a kind of a unique thing to do a little bit differently. And there's already been a few questions posted there, and some of them are really, really awesome questions. So I am quite looking forward to diving into that and going into detail with some of the answers there, because like I said, really great questions. So thanks to everybody that has posted a question, and thanks to the future questions that might come out. Another thing is I hate doing spoiler alerts, but there is going to be a spoiler here that I have a couple new pieces of updating to my gym equipment. Sorry for how many times I'm saying it's the end of the day, so I don't have as much pizzazz as when I make my videos in the morning fresh from a workout. This is very close to my bedtime because it's 6 p.m. It's like, and I'm not really joking, sadly enough. Lately I've been going to bed at 7:30. Couple episodes of Arrested Development, and then I go to bed thinking about how much I like Arrested Development. And then I had this weird sex dream about a Ken doll version of Will Arnett, but Job. Sorry, I know it's Job, but it doesn't sound right. I think, anyways, he was like a Ken doll, and he was like having sex with a Barbie Jen doll that I used to play. Anyways, sorry. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, new gym equipment. So I'm upgrading my cable tower. You guys, I am upgrading my cable tower. So I actually already have it. It's shipped, it's arrived. It is in the garage because I need some time to well, actually deal with it. I am going to have some people come down and assemble it, but I also need the weekend here to take this down and make sure it's not going to like impact any of my workouts or whatever, because I didn't want to go an extended period of time without any cable movements, because I think I would go through withdrawal. Then also I should be getting that set up after the weekend. So I think like Tuesday-ish. Yeah, Tuesday is when they're coming. So some workout after that, I'll be actually able to use it. And it's gonna be like, it's like gonna feel like a real cable tower. Versus this one that certainly doesn't have the smoothest feel, and that I have like tape all over like the little rubber balls at the end because they slide away and then kind of go into the machine. So like right now my hand is fully over like 30 pieces of tape. Not that you guys realize that. And also just some certain movements that felt absolutely craptastic on that machine because it wasn't very smooth. So I'm looking forward to all of the different movements that I can re-add or add to my routine. Just having a better cable tower. Even just doing cable lateral raises is not something that I can do with the machine the way it is, because it doesn't work. It doesn't feel good in any way. So looking forward to adding a few things. I think I'll be able to add quite a few number of things. I think I'll actually be quite surprised with whatever I come up with because of how awesome it's going to feel. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm not going to share the other thing that I have coming as well. So I guess I will leave that one for a bit of a surprise. And just looking forward to how the routine and everything will change and take shape going forward. I guess quick on a personal note at the end, didn't really have a main topic today because there are a few kind of big things on my mind, but I was trying to, stay away from turning this channel into like personal as it was before, where I shared way too many things. I still feel like I share too many things, but this time it's not way too many things. I do try to hold back and not overshare. It is changing. That's something about me that has been very hard to change, I will admit. I really do try hard not to overshare. But, I did have kind of a downer day and just overall feeling sort of bad about myself. And again, I won't go too deep into it, but what I realized today when I was washing my plate, my one plate after having my millionth dinner all by myself at the end of my routine that never changes, is like I'm very I'm very average. I've and like average slash invisible. It was like I've never really excelled at anything in particular. It's just I kind of bounce between being mediocre at things and really, really sucking at things. I would say the majority of things like in life I'm not really that good at. Just I'm not good at cooking. I can't sing. I can't dance. I can't draw. I'm not good gifted musically. I'm not gifted, art wise. I've never been like exceptional academically in any subject, and never been exceptional at any job, and just never really been that, what's that? Ooh, that girl. Never, I just never been that. And just sort of accepting today that, yeah, I guess there's nothing wrong with being average. But it kind of hit me today just because I feel like I'm not excelling at anything. Not that I really ever have, but it's hitting me, I think, a little bit more. And it could be because, approaching August, which is when I'll turn 40, and it would have been nice to have excelled at something or to have been noteworthy in some way. Like, even when I was younger, if I did go out with my friends or go to the bar or whatever, it was them who got hit on, or it was them who would get the guys, and the guys would flirt with them or notice them, or what it was like. And I was just kind of like the subtle person there. It's like always just been there, but like never been noticed or noteworthy about anything really. And just living that kind of life, it just to say, I felt kind of down about myself today, realizing that I still am on this like mediocre path of being average and not excelling at a career, not in the way that I thought I would be, that's for sure. But that's also my own fault because I have a tendency to fantasy everything. So whenever I don't know what's going to come of something, I get really excited about it, and in my head it turns into a fantasy. And I'll do this with everything, like guys, jobs, any single thing. I make it a fantasy in my head, and of course, like, reality is never a fantasy, so it's never going to live up to what I have in my head, and so then I end up disappointed. And I'll just say that, it is okay to be average, but I will say that I do feel like kind of a downer about it today. Bye, everybody.